Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. So welcome back to our class. Okay, so for today's class, we're going to look into a new chapter. Okay, chapter 1, Indices. Okay, so I hope you already download your textbook. Okay, so we're going to look into the first subtopic of this chapter. Okay, so wait. Okay, so for today's lesson, we're going to look into the first subtopic. Okay, index notation. Okay, so before that, okay, we look at the word bank. Okay, so in this chapter, there are few words that you need to know. Okay, the first one is base. Okay, so what is base? Base adalah asas. Okay, factor, faktor lah. Okay, index, index. Fractional index, okay, which mean index pecahan. Fractional is pecahan kan, okay. Power is kuasa, root punca kuasa, and index notation adalah tata tanda index. Okay, so the first learning standard for this topic is, okay, represent repeated multiplication in index form and describe its meaning. Okay, so di sini kita nak tahu, okay, what is actually index form. Macam mana kita nak describe the meaning of index form. Okay, so cuba tengok the first ni. Okay, kita ada gambar kamera kan, kamera, digital camera. Okay, in the early stage, okay, memory card were made with a capacity of 4 megabyte. Okay, the capacity increases over time to meet the demand of users. Do you know that the capacity of memory card is calculated using a special form that is 2 power of n? Okay, in form 1, okay, the last 2 years, okay, in form 1 you have learned that 4 power of 3, okay, also can be written as 4 times 4 times 4, 4 darab 4 darab 4, which is 4 kuasa 3. Okay, the number 4 power of 3 is written in index notation. Okay, 4 is the base, okay, and 3 is the index or exponent. Okay, the number is read as 4 to the power of 3. Itu cara kita nak sebut dia. Okay, this is the general form. Okay, where A is the base. Okay, where the small n is the index, or we can say it as power, A power of n. Okay. Okay, so over here is a further explanation. Okay, the value of index is 2. So sini kita boleh tengok the power yang kecil ini is 2. So the value of index or power is 2. Okay, di sini 4 times 4. So 4 kali 4, 4 darab 4, 4 power of 2. Okay, the value of index is the same as the number of times 4 is multiplied repeatedly. Boleh So kalau 4 ni 2 kali, so dikuasa 2 lah. Okay, kalau 4 ni 3 kali, darab dia power of 3. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the first example. Okay, write the following repeated multiplication in index form A power of n. Okay, so the first one kita ada 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, so berapa kali ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 times of 5. Okay, so macam mana kita nak tulis? Okay, so for the first question, okay, there are 5. Okay, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there are 6 5 over there. So we can write it as 5 power of 6. Boleh Okay, next B. Okay, B 0.3 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 0.3. Okay, so final answer we can write it as 0.3 power of how many 0.3? Ada 4. So 0.3 power of 4. Okay. Okay, ataupun you can write it as 0.3 sebab dia bukan whole number. So you can write it in the bracket power of 4. Boleh juga. Okay. Okay, next C. Okay, C we have negative 2. Negative 2, there are 3 negative 2. Okay, so we know that it should be negative 2 power of 3. Okay, tapi dia ada negative. If there is negative, okay, please don't forget your bracket. Negative 2 power of 3. Okay, so next D. Okay, what about D? D we have 1 over 4. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 times 1 over 4. Okay, so we know that the answer should be, apa jawapan dia? Okay, 1 over 4 power of 5. Okay, E. Next we have E. E is M. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 M over there. So we know that the answer is M power of 7. Okay, and last one, F. We have N. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we know that the answer is N power of 8. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so from the solution in example 1, it is found that the value of index, okay, is an index form is the same as the number of time the base is multiplied repeatedly. Okay, berulang. Dia mesti ulangan benda yang sama, base yang sama. So in general we can say that okay, A power of N is equals to inilah A times A times A times A bla 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 A N factors. Berapa kali dia didarab. Okay, and A is cannot equals to 0. Okay, so for mine test 1.1.A, okay, I want you to try it yourself. Okay, try number 1, number 2, and number 3. Boleh eh? Okay, before that I'm going to show you example cara nak buat few question untuk mudahkan awak. Okay, so let's look over here. Okay, for base 5, okay, we have base 5. Mana base 5? Okay, ni. This is base 5. Okay, index dia adalah 3, 3. Okay, and so on. You can do it yourself. Okay, it's quite easy and straightforward. Okay, next, state the following repeated multiplication in form A power of N. Okay, so I give an example for A. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 times of 6. Okay, so we can write it as 6 power of 6. Okay, and number 3, convert the numbers or algebraic terms in index form into repeated multiplication. Ini mudah saja. Okay, I give you example for E. Okay, E. Saya ambil yang mudah sikit. So K power of 6. So it is actually K times K times K times K times K times K. There should be 6K. Okay, kita kira jap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like that. Okay, you can do for the rest of the questions. Okay. Okay, so let's move forward to the next learning standard. Rewrite a number in index form and vice versa. Okay, kita do a little bit flashback. Okay, where we know that 4 times 4 times 4 is actually 4 power of 3. Okay? Okay, so what do we do in this learning standard? Okay, a number can be written in index form, okay, if a suitable base is selected. Yeah, suitable base is selected. You can use repeated division method or repeated multiplication method. There are two methods there to convert a number into a number in index form. Okay, so let's look at the first example. Okay, so over here we have, okay, write 64. Okay, we have one number which is 64 in index form using base 2, 4 or 8. So actually we can write 64 in 3 base form. Okay, so let's do it. So how we can do it? Okay, so the first one we can use repeated division method. Okay, pembahagian berulang, repeated division. Okay, if we want to write our number in base 2, okay, tengok sini base 2. From 64, we want to convert it in base 2, 2 power of something, which is equal to 64. So what we can do, okay, you take the number 64, okay, you divide with 2, okay, until you get 1, okay, so okay, so 64 divided by 2. Okay, so 64 divided by 2, we will get 32, kan? 32. Okay. And then we divide again by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. Okay. So 16, we divide again by 2, we get 8. Divide again by 2, 4. Divide again by 2, 2, and divide again until we get 1. Okay, so until we get, after we get 1, okay, you need to calculate how many 2 are there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ada berapa 2 tu? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 2. Okay, so finally we can write it. Okay, 64 is also equals to 2 power of 6. Okay, macam tu je, mudah kan? Okay, simple sahaja. Okay, next we try for base 4. Okay, so 64 divide by 4. So simply press your calculator. 64 divided by 4, you will get 16. Okay, further divide with 4, you will get 4. Okay, are we done? Not yet. Okay, continue until you get 1. Okay, so divide by 4, you get 1. Okay, so what is your answer? So there are 1, 2, 3. There are 3, 4 over there. So your answer is 4 power of 3. Okay, there are 3, 4. Okay, so 4 times 4 times 4 is actually equals to 64. Okay, next base 8. Okay, same method. Okay, you divide 64 by 8. Okay, so 64 divided by 8, you get 8. Okay, divide again by 8, you get 1. So how many 8 are there? You have 1 and 2. So your answer is 8 power of 2. Okay, so far okay. Okay, so we know that, okay, 2 power of 6 is equals to 64. 4 power of 3 is also equals to 64. And 8 power of 2 is also equals to 64. So there we know that although there are, although 64, okay, we can write it as 3 different base. So you can write it as 2 power of 6 or 4 power of 3 or 8 power of 2. Semua boleh. Okay. Okay, next. This is the first method by using repeated division. Okay, how if we want to use repeated multiplication method? Kalau division bahagi, kalau multiplication pula apa? Darab. Okay. So ini mudah sahaja. Okay. So you can write it as 2 times 2. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, times 2 lagi dapat 8. Times 2 lagi dapat 16. Times 2 lagi dapat 32. Times 2 lagi dapat 64. Macam itulah. Awak darab je. Tekan je calculator. Boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay, next we want to try 4. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16. Tekan lagi calculator. Times 4, you will get 64. Okay, same goes with 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. Okay, terus dapat macam tu. Dia mesti darabkan dengan base itu sendiri berkali-kali. Itu kita pakai repeated multiplication method. But you need to repeat the same number, the same base. Okay, kalau nak, if you want base 2, kalau awak nak base 2, darab 2. Jangan darab 2 darab 3 darab 4. Tak boleh, dia mesti darab nombor yang sama. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 darab 2 darab 2 sampai dapat jawapan yang awak nak tadi. Okay, boleh Okay, so kalau okay, kita proceed to the next example. Okay, so example ni dia bagi nombor yang rumit. Okay, so write 32 over 3125 in index form using base of 2 over 5. Okay, kalau soalan macam ni, if your question looks like this, okay, what you can do, okay, actually this part already give you a hint there. Okay, what number you want to use. Okay, so over here you can see that it is 2 over 5, which means the numerator, okay, you will use base 2. The denominator, you will use base 5. Okay, so what does it means? Okay, itu maksud dia, okay, yang atas ni awak bahagi dengan 2 untuk division ni. Okay, kalau bawah ni pula awak bahagi dengan 5. Dia dah bagi clue situ. 2 over 5. So yang atas divide by 2, yang bawah divide by 5. Okay, boleh Okay, so let's try. Okay, the first part. So 32 divide by 2. Okay, 32 divide by 2, kita dapat 16. Okay, divide again by 2, kita akan dapat 8. Divide again 2, kita akan dapat 4. Divide again 2, kita dapat 2. Further lagi divide 2, kita dapat 1. Okay, so over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it means 2 power of 5. Okay, next kita cuba yang bawah pula. Okay, the denominator. So 3, 1, 2, 5 divide by 5. Okay, okay, so we get 6, 2, 5. Okay, divide again by 5. 1, 2, 5. Further divide, we get 25. 5, 5, 5, 1. Okay, until we get 1. Kan? Sampai dapat 1. Okay, next kita kira ada berapa 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we know that yang atas is 2 power of 5. Divide by the denominator is 5 power of 5. Okay, if this pattern comes out, it also equals to 2 power of 5 bracket, sorry, 2 over 5 power of 5. Sama saja. Okay, these two things is actually the same thing, equivalent. Okay, boleh ataupun next we can use it using repeated multiplication method. Okay, ini mudah saja. Okay, what you can do, 2 over 5 times 2 over 5. Okay, just press your calculator. Okay, if 2 over 5 times 2 over 5, you will get 4 over 25. Not yet 32 over what 3125. Okay, so further darab lagi 2 over 5 until you get 32 over 3125. Okay, so 3 times ni belum lagi kan. Awak akan dapat 8 over 125. Times lagi 2 over 5, you will get 16 over 625. Okay, belum lagi 32 over 3125. Darab lagi 2 over 5. So you will get 32 over 3125. Boleh? Senang saja, tak susah. Okay. Okay, next, write each of the following numbers in index form using the stated base in the bracket. So, sama lah. So, kalau 81, you want in base 3, apa yang awak buat? Repeated, apa nama tadi? Repeated method. Okay, repeated division methods. Okay, awak bahagilah 81 divide by 3. You divide until you get 1. Lepas tu kira lah berapa 3 tu tadi. So, jawapan kita 3 power of how many? 3. Okay. So, awak boleh cubalah. Okay, you can try A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, mudah saja. Jangan risau. Okay, next. Okay, how do you determine the value of the number in index form A power of N? Okay, cuba tengok sini. Okay, let's look over here. The value of A power of N can be determined by repeated multiplication or using a scientific calculator. Okay, so example 4, calculate the values of the given number in index form. So, yang pertama, the first method you can use repeated multiplication. So, kalau 2 kuasa 5, maksud dia awak darab 5 kali. So, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you will get 32. Just press your calculator. Okay. Same as 0.6 power of 3. 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. Okay. So this page, it teach you how you press your calculator. Okay. So for example, you have 5 power of 4. So you just simply press your calculator 5. Okay. And then this symbols, okay, power of 4. And then you press equal sign. And you will get 6 to 5. Okay, same goes with the others. Okay, I want you to focus on this one. Okay, if you have negative number, okay, power of something, if your base is negative number, okay, how can you press your calculator? Okay, don't forget your bracket. Okay, press bracket and then negative symbols, or you can just simply press minus also can. Okay, tolak. Okay, awak boleh tekan simbol ini, okay, yang ada kurungan tolak di dalam, ataupun button tolak itu sendiri, benda yang sama. Okay, then 7 and then close bracket and then power of 3. So untuk dapatkan jawapan, just press equal button. Okay, sama juga if your base is fraction. Okay, this is how you type. Okay, this is mixed number. If mixed number, how you type? Inilah dia. Okay, and negative 0.5 power of 6, 0.015, 6 to 5. Okay, so for this first class, okay, your assignment, okay, you do mind test 1.1a, okay, 1.1b, and then okay, the special one. What I want you to do is use this example. Okay, I want you to record yourself how you press this calculator. Okay, boleh awak gunakan soalan ini, use this question and press your calculator, but I want you to record yourself when you pressing the calculator. Okay, boleh awak tekan calculator, awak ambil handphone, awak rakam. Saya nak tengok macam mana awak tekan calculator dengan cara yang betul. Boleh Okay, after completed, okay, I want you to send your video in our Telegram group. Boleh So yang latihan bertulis tu nanti saya akan kumpul masa kelas face to face nantilah. Okay, untuk yang video ni, ini yang saya nak awak rakam terus send dalam grup Telegram. Okay, boleh Okay, so I think that's it for our first class. Okay, so our first class we already cover a few learning standards. Okay, for subtopic 1.1. Okay, so I hope awak boleh fahamlah penerangan saya, my explanation. If you have further inquiry, you want to ask something, okay, you can just comment down below, or you can ask in our Telegram group. Okay, I think that's all for today. So see you next class. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.